The switching station. I don't want the girl here, said the Marquis with the southern French accent. Send her home. Now that they were moving, sticking to the shadows again, all the resistance fighters looked like big black shapes against the gray night. Samira followed on their heels, and Cyrano followed on hers. I'm not some useless kid, Samira argued. I can hold my own. You should have heard her lay it on for those two Bosches on the bridge, Perseus, one of the others said. No, not because she's a child, the Southerner code named Perseus said, because she's Algerian. She doesn't care about France. None of them do, just Algeria. I've never been to Algeria, Samira told him. I was born and raised in Paris, but either way, we've got a better chance of getting our independence from France, not Germany. See, Perseus said, it's always Algeria first. Sounds like the kid is saying, get rid of the Nazis first, the other Maquis replied. I don't trust her at all, Perseus said. Samira felt her face flush hot at the insult, but all that matters was that they did whatever they could to help the invasion succeed. Every second the Nazis were distracted, that was another second her mother and the others survived. I'm Jason, the friendly Maquis told her, of the Argonauts. That's not my real name. If you're coming along, we're going to need a code name for you too. I don't remember Hippolyta having any daughters in her story. How about Atalanta? She was a good hunter. Good one, too. I like Atalanta, Samira said. You know a lot about Greek heroes. Were you a teacher? Oh, I couldn't say, said Jason. Not supposed to share too much personal information, but we're quite a troop here. Shopkeepers and soldiers, gutter snipes and the well to do. All former shopkeepers, soldiers, gutter snipes, and well to do, that is. Now we are all Maquis, and Maquis is all we are. The little dog sniffed at a hole in the ground. That's Serrano, Samira said. That's not his real name either. Enough chatter, Odysseus whispered back at them. We're getting close. It still took them a long time to get where they were going, a stretch of train track that ran along the steep embankment of a rock filled river. Samira and the others walked parallel to the line for another couple of kilometers until they came to a small railway building beside the tracks. Right outside the house, the single line split into two before both sets of tracks disappeared beyond a bend. It was a little single story switching station. Inside, an electric light illuminated a tiny room and a single old man sitting by a wood stove reading a book. We'll have to kill the old man, one of the Maquis said. We can't kill him, said Perseus. He's French. He's just doing his job. Doing his job for the Germans, said another. Samira knew that there were some French people who worked for the Germans because they had to. Others did it because they liked the Nazis and what they stood for and wanted to be a part of it, or at least thought they could profit from it. The Maquis hated willing collaborators even more than they hated the Germans. Samira hated them too. Collaborators were French who had betrayed their own. If we let him live and he's a collaborator, he could report us as we pass, said another Maquis. Why can't you just blow up the train tracks farther back? Samira asked. Well, there's a tunnel up around the bend, Jason explained to her. We want to do it there. Repairing tracks and clearing a train wreck from a tunnel takes much more time than outside a tunnel. They call it Operation Tortoise for a reason. Slow down the German counterattack. That was the plan. But would it be enough to save the life of Samira's mother? Let's just kill him, one of the shadows argued. We're wasting time. It looks like someone has decided for us, Jason said with a smile in his voice. Samira looked and her eyes went wide. Serrano was trotting right up to the station's front door.